I know that he and Rosalind have worked on Habitat for Humanity for years, which I think is truly incredible, and especially that he's still at it after all of the problems he's had. I send notes to him regularly, wishing him well, and again, apologizing for my bad attitude while I was in college. I think a lot of us misunderstood him, and I wish him well now too.
During his administration, what do you remember he did or didn't do?
I think it was his conservative views primarily that disturbed me socially. I began to look more favorably on him when Reagan turned the tables on him while he was still in office and trying to negotiate the Iran hostage release. I thought that was a disgraceful thing that Reagan did.
Do you remember anything about his energy policies?
They were progressive, and those were things that I supported that he did during that time. I was a student editor on a college newspaper at the time, and so I was pretty much in touch with what he was doing, both good and bad. I unfortunately made a decision at the time that the bad outweighed the good. I look at that a little differently with the perspective of hindsight.
What were the views of the environment at that point in time, socially, as a country?
As a country, I think it was largely overlooked. There were a few of us on college campuses that were taking note. Actually, I'm a good one to ask that question to because I went on and worked on the Alaska Pipeline construction project after college, despite my views on the environment. There were some interesting times up there. I used to hike with a gentleman named Dr. Howard Fetter, who worked at the University of Alaska and had been hired by the oil consortium to go up and take a look at how the animals were responding to what we were doing up there. And I don't know if I can swear on your camera, but Dr. Fetter said to me, you know what, the caribou don't give a fuck. So aside from that, I used to hike with him, and he used to hand me a rock occasionally, and he'd say, "Now, this is the oldest rock humankind has ever found," and things like that. So there was an awareness, but it was also the very beginning of the EPA, and there were excesses there too.
Do you know anything about the solar panels on the White House of 1979?
I don't remember that.
Or the 17,000 wind turbines here in California under Governor Brown at the time?
Yes, I do know. I did know about that, and I did know that there were problems. There were a good side and a bad side. The bird surveys at the time were disturbing.
Yeah. Anything you would like to say to President Jimmy Carter now?
I just would like to wish him all the best.
Thank you so much.